What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to take you through a couple of exercises which are really going to focus and target on your lower abdominal section. So when it comes to targeting your lower abs, I'm going to keep it very simple for you guys. Okay, you want to think of the motion of bringing your legs up towards your torso, not the opposite of bringing your torso towards your legs. Okay, so many people doing the crunching version. If you do that, you will target more of your upper abdominal region. So we need to think about bringing or tucking the tailbone up underneath the torso. Okay, one of the best ways to do this, you've seen me do it in many videos before, is a form of a hanging leg raise. Now I recommend that you get ab straps, okay, because when you do this just with your body weight, yes, you can argue it's good because obviously you're going to be working your upper body, building upper body strength and grip, but a lot of the time your upper body is going to fatigue before your abdominals do, which is kind of defeating the purpose of what we're trying to do here. So they're cheap. I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy some. They're probably about 20-30 quid, but it really will take your ab training to the next level. My version of doing this, we're restricting the range of motion, so you're only going to see my thighs come down to pretty much parallel to the ground, okay? So I'm not going to go lower than this point, right? This point here, I'm not really engaging my lower abs. This is all hip flexor. So a lot of the exercises we're going to go through today, we really kind of minimize hip flexor engagement, okay? So we're going all the way up to this point here, slow and controlled to about here, and then we exhale. Up, pause, breathe in. With that exercise, it's very challenging, okay? So I would recommend you start off your routine with this one. And you'll find a lot of people out there, particularly if you are beginners or your abs aren't really that strong, that's going to be very tough to begin with. So I don't mind if you just practice doing 2 or 3 reps. Do what you can, rest, take a long rest, 1 to 2 minutes, and then go again. And hopefully, what you should do over a week-to-week period is look to increase and improve your performance by 1 additional rep to the point where you can get 8 to 10. So the next exercise we're going to do is a reverse crunch. Okay, so what you need for this one is just a bench which you can adjust based on your level of strength. Now the reason why we want to do it on an incline or decline is because we need to really create some additional resistance for you to actually build these muscles. Okay? Your abdominals, like any other muscle in your body, obviously they're smaller relative to other muscle groups, but they still need to be overloaded if you want to increase their size. Okay? Now the problem if, say for example, we were going to do this on the ground, you see a lot of people trying to do a form of reverse crunch like that. It's still an effective exercise, but in reality, you're not really providing enough of an overload for you to really build these muscles. What you want to do is just very firmly grab the back of the bench, maybe pop yourself up a little bit so your bum's not touching the seat pad. Feet together, same thing again, we're going to not go lower than this point, we're going to exhale as we go up and squeeze at the top. So we're really thrusting into the air at the top of the movement. Right, the next exercise we're going to do is another form of a knee raise. Slight variation. You could argue it's a little bit easier because at the bottom of each rep you're going to temporarily rest at the bottom, so it'll give your core a chance to recover basically, and then you can just very gently tiptoe off the bench to assist you into the top position. But because you're giving yourself that extra assistance, what I want you guys to do is to hold the squeeze at the top for a little bit longer, okay? Starting position here, knees at about 90 degrees, maybe slightly larger, and then exhale and pop up. We're going to hold the squeeze, pause, breathe in, hold the squeeze, so the next exercise we're going to do is a knee tuck, but we're going to use the exercise ball, okay? So like all the exercises we've been doing, keep it very slow, very controlled. And as we bring the knees towards our chest, we want to try and crunch your core as much as you can do. So, hands on the bench, feet flat on the ball, and I'm going to crunch up. So the last exercise we're going to do is going to be another form of a reverse crunch, but what we're going to do is we're going to keep the range of motion very restricted, okay? And you might look at it and think that doesn't look very hard, but with this one I want you to make it as hard as you possibly can do. So I want you to almost get in like a meditative like state, okay? Really feel everything out. When you gradually crunch the ball towards you, you're going to crunch down as hard as you possibly can do with your abs. Breathe out, slowly lengthen a little bit, not go back too far, and then you're going to do the same thing again. So it's almost like we're keeping constant tension, okay? But we can afford to go a little bit higher with the rep ranges on this one. So I would say maybe between 10 and 15, all right? I've got a 4 kilogram ball here. Put it in between your legs, cross your legs, bring your knees together very hard. Make sure that you don't drop on your face, because I've seen this happen many times before. And we'll go into the exercise. Hands holding onto the bench. This is as low down as I want you to come, okay? And we're gonna squeeze as hard as you can. So there we go, guys, 5 lower abdominal focused exercises for you to try out. I would recommend probably not doing them back to back, because your core is just going to be fully fatigued, especially if you're not an advanced trainer. So I would recommend, maybe, particularly if your lower abs are a weak point, start off your core training with 2, maybe even 3 lower abdominal focused exercises, and then you can do 2 other ones. But something which I want you to keep in mind is, when you're training your lower abs, you're not just training this section of your core and neglecting everything else, okay? Whenever you do a crunch, particularly when I was doing the ball crunch, when I was doing the exercise ball, when I was contracting, I was feeling my obliques contract as well at the same time. So everything is working, we're just applying a little bit more tension on the lower abdominal region. So if you are the type of person that needs to work on your lower abs, how many times should you train them per week? Well, I would say at least once, definitely. Don't neglect it. Twice if you can, but try and do it separately from your training session. You know, particularly if it's a weak point, you don't want to be doing this at the very end of a training session, like I've said before. Make it a priority and work on it, and you should find that you are going to get stronger. If you get stronger, you build up the mass around this region, it is going to start to pop through. But again, you're not really going to see it if you've got a layer of body fat covering it, okay? So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon.